For a long time, I saw women the way most men do, confusing, emotionally unpredictable, and impossible to fully understand. One day she was affectionate and open, the next day distant and silent. I thought every woman was different, every situation unique, every failure just bad luck. But as my experiences increased, something uncomfortable became clear. The same emotional situations repeated themselves again and again. Different women, different backgrounds, yet the same reactions. Attraction followed patterns. Distance followed rules. Emotional pullback followed timing. That was the moment I realized women are not chaotic. They are not random. They function inside a psychological system that most men never learn to see. A hidden structure that governs desire, fear, attraction, and emotional bonding. Today, I'm sharing a fully original framework I call the map of the feminine mind. This is not manipulation. This is awareness. If you understand this map, you stop reacting emotionally and start moving with clarity. Rule 1. The inner conflict between desire and morals. Inside every woman exists a constant internal conflict between what she wants and what she believes she should want. Desire pulls her toward excitement, attraction, and emotional intensity. Morals pull her toward safety, self-image, and social acceptance. Unlike men, who often move directly toward desire, women experience attraction as an emotional negotiation. When a woman feels strong attraction, it doesn't feel simple to her, it feels dangerous. Strong desire threatens her sense of control. This is why she may move closer emotionally and then suddenly withdraw. To men, this looks like inconsistency. In reality, it is self-regulation. Most men fail because they react only to surface behavior instead of understanding the conflict underneath it. Rule 2. Why women test men. A woman never opens emotionally without testing first. These tests are not conscious games. They are instinctive. Her subconscious is asking one question: is this man emotionally safe? She tests through small challenges, delayed replies, emotional distance, jealousy triggers, or disagreement. She is observing how you handle pressure. Do you become reactive? Do you seek reassurance? Or do you remain calm and self-respecting? Most men fail because they overreact. They explain, argue, or emotionally collapse. In doing so, they reveal instability. A woman is not searching for perfection. She is searching for consistency. When she sees emotional steadiness, trust begins to form. Rule 3. When love creates fear. When a woman begins to feel deep love, fear increases. Emotional closeness activates old memories of loss, rejection, and abandonment stored in her nervous system. This fear is often unconscious. This is why she may pull away at the exact moment you feel things getting stronger. The average man chases harder, which confirms her fear. The emotionally intelligent man allows space without disappearing. Calm presence during distance builds safety. Rule 4. Strength and attraction. Women are not attracted to neediness or emotional dependence. What activates attraction is strength, not aggression, but self-control. A man who governs his emotions, maintains boundaries, and does not chase approval creates polarity. Endless softness without strength creates boredom. Attraction requires contrast. Confidence, decisiveness, and emotional regulation awaken desire. Rule 5. Childhood wounds and unconscious attraction. A woman does not enter adulthood emotionally empty. She carries with her a psychological blueprint formed long before she ever met you. Her childhood experiences, especially her relationship with her father and mother, silently shape how she loves, fears, attaches, and pulls away. These experiences do not disappear with age. They transform into attraction patterns. The father represents a woman's first experience with masculine energy. His presence or absence, warmth or coldness, protection or neglect becomes the reference point through which she later evaluates men. A distant father often creates a woman who is drawn to emotionally unavailable men. A controlling father may produce a woman who rebels or seeks intensity. None of this is conscious choice. It is emotional memory replaying itself. The mother represents the mirror of femininity. From her, a woman learns whether she is worthy of love, whether emotions are safe to express, and whether vulnerability is rewarded or punished. If emotional expression was ignored or criticized, the woman may grow up guarding herself behind seduction, control, or emotional distance. This is why many women are drawn to men who awaken old pain. Not because pain feels good, but because the subconscious is always trying to resolve unfinished emotional stories. She is not choosing chaos. She is repeating familiarity. The mistake men make is judging these patterns instead of understanding them. Judgment creates resistance. Understanding creates safety. The man who can recognize emotional wounds without exploiting them becomes emotionally irreplaceable. Safety is the antidote to repetition. Rule 6. Why actions always matter more than words. One of the greatest mistakes men make is listening only to what a woman says. Words are filtered through logic, social conditioning, and self-image. Behavior is filtered through truth. A woman's subconscious speaks far more honestly than her mouth ever will. She may say she wants stability, but repeatedly choose emotionally exciting situations. She may say she is fine, while emotionally withdrawing. She may claim independence, yet seek reassurance through subtle behavior. This is not deception. This is internal contradiction. Words represent what she thinks she should want. Actions reveal what she actually responds to. Tone, timing, consistency, eye contact, distance, and effort all carry information. Silence often speaks louder than explanation. Men who believe words alone become confused and reactive. Men who observe patterns gain clarity. When words and actions conflict, always trust behavior. Behavior reveals emotional truth without distortion. This does not mean you ignore communication. It means you interpret it accurately. Emotional intelligence begins when you stop arguing with reality and start responding to what is actually happening. Rule 7. Emotional rhythm and polarity. Attraction for a woman is not static. It moves in rhythm. Closeness and distance are part of emotional regulation, not signs of failure. When a man misunderstands this rhythm, he tries to force stability, and destroys attraction in the process. Closeness increases emotional intensity. Intensity activates vulnerability. Vulnerability can trigger fear. Fear creates distance. Distance allows emotional regulation. Regulation restores desire. This cycle is natural. The man who panics during distance breaks polarity. He chases, explains, demands reassurance, or becomes emotionally heavy. This suffocates attraction. The man who remains calm, grounded, and present without pressure maintains polarity. Polarity is the emotional tension between masculine steadiness and feminine fluidity. When polarity exists, attraction breathes. When polarity collapses, desire fades. Understanding this rhythm does not mean becoming distant or cold. It means allowing space without emotional withdrawal, presence without pressure, strength without control. Rule 8. Self-mastery and emotional freedom. The final rule is not about her at all. It is about you. The highest level of mastery is not controlling attraction, but controlling yourself. You cannot control her emotions, tests, fears, or contradictions. But you can control your reactions. The man who reacts emotionally becomes trapped inside her emotional world. He becomes dependent on her moods, attention, and validation. The man who regulates himself becomes free. Freedom begins when you stop needing reassurance. When your self-worth no longer depends on her response. When you stop chasing clarity and start embodying stability. At this level, attraction becomes effortless. You are no longer trying to hold her attention. Your presence does that naturally. You are no longer asking to be chosen. You are simply standing firmly in who you are. A woman feels this difference immediately. It registers as safety, strength, and depth. And those qualities cannot be faked. Conclusion. This map was never created to manipulate women. It was created to free men from emotional confusion and self-betrayal. A woman is not an impossible mystery. She is a mirror. She reflects either your insecurity or your stability. When you stop trying to decode her and start mastering yourself, everything changes. You stop reacting. You stop chasing. You stop losing yourself. And in that moment, you are no longer just a man in her life. You become a presence. A foundation. A world of your own. And men like that are never shaken, and never replaced.